I want to go over brief instructions on how to make a shake. Now this is my shake right there, and I make enough for me and my wife. Let's see if I can, there we go, right there. So I make enough to fill it up right about here. I have half in the morning and then half at lunchtime, and I take my supplements. So here are my supplements. I have most of them, I had some of them, I had 5 already, and I'm gonna put that in my supplement box, and then I take them out in the morning and I separate it out between breakfast and lunch. If you need to separate it between, you can do it between breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's probably better to put it in like a saran wrap for lunch and dinner. I just grab all of them at once, all 3 portions. I take the one for breakfast, take it out, then put the other 2 in saran wrap, and then I take it with me to, if I need to lunch, and I'll have one for dinner as well. And so the way I make my shake is I use a Vitamix, but if you don't have that, you can use a NutriBullet. Now, if you, what I would encourage you to do is put, if you want to make it all together, you could do that and do 3 cups of water, or 1.5 cups per person, and then put the powder in there, whatever powder I told you to put in. You mix it up, and don't mix it up very long because it's only powder, and it'll mix up really well. Now you can put a little ice in there if it gets too warm. Put a little bit of ice in there if you want it, if you like it colder. I don't recommend really cold shakes because it kind of shocks our stomach a little bit. And Eastern medicine and Chinese medicine, basically they encourage to do warm, but I understand in America we like cold sometimes, but don't do it too cold. So if for example, if I put some, you can put some ice in there a little bit if you want it just a little colder, and then grind it up. And so I make enough for 2 servings basically, and I take it here. I would get some mason jars if I were you, and get these. You can get these stainless steel straws. You can get a little brush that comes with a stainless steel straw to wash it, and then use these for the mason jar. Make sure you get a wide mouth mason jar because it's harder to clean the narrow mouth. Typically they're available at Smart and Final for pretty cheap, and you can get these online. I like the stainless steel and avoid plastic. It's just much better for you and for the environment as well. Plastic, microplastics is a known carcinogen now, and you don't want that in your system. So that's how I do the shake. And what I do is this. I take however many pills I can handle, and once you get good, you can handle a lot of pills. Throw it in my mouth, the back of my mouth. Take my drink. Okay, and I throw the pills in the back right before I swallow my drink. Notice I took a deep breath in. I chewed about 20 times because you want to stimulate those digestive juices in your mouth first, so that doesn't put more strain and stress on your stomach. Digestion takes a lot of work. So the chewing helps to secrete digestive juices so that you don't have to secrete as much in your stomach, because you have a pool of digestive juices for your life, and if you are under stress a lot, or you don't chew, or you strain your stomach too much by not chewing, you'll end up needing digestive enzymes like me. And so I almost lost my gallbladder, and so now I take digestive enzymes pretty much all the time. And then I can skip meals every once in a while once my digestion is healing. And I used to have nausea, constipation, diarrhea, and I almost lost my gallbladder. And now I still have my gallbladder. I treated it nicely over the last few years after I almost lost it. But then if you don't have a gallbladder, you must be on bile acid for the rest of your life. And then once you're finished with bile, I alternate between that and TUDCA, which is bear bile, believe it or not. And that works a lot better than just regular ox bile. So if you are taking one of the two, try to alternate between the two when you run out. Again, if you don't have a gallbladder, you must take bile the rest of your life because you don't have a gallbladder to push out the bile. And bile is a huge issue for the body in terms of health. The medical doctors don't believe that because they've never been trained to think that a gallbladder is necessary, but that's like a slap in the face to God because He made your body, He made your gallbladder, and you need everything that He created. What it does is it pushes out bile when you eat anything with fat. If you don't have bile, you won't digest that fat. And processed foods typically have terrible oils in it, so I stay away from any clear vegetable oils. They're already rancid when you buy them. Partially hydrogenated oils are the worst, and you don't want that. You don't want to eat that, and so you want to eat good oils. If you're a patient of mine, you want to watch and see my instructions, and I give you a list of good oils to have, but never have those clear vegetable oils. So when you have the good oils, now if your good gallbladder is good, you should be able to digest it. And make sure that you chew really well, and I'll see you on the next visit.